My mother-in-law crashed my husband and I's vacation. I'm leaving.
That's so icky.
You can't be here, mother-in-law.
This is for us to
This is only the cool kids.
up. We're linking.
A friend referred to me to you after I told her all about my issues. To us? Thanks.
We're doctors.
Pertinent
Thank you.
info. My dear husband has a weird relationship with his mother. She's very over the top when it comes to him, and she calls him a special baby.
My special baby.
My special baby. He has 3 older siblings. He is the baby as well, who are all very low contact with his mother. I wonder why. By the way, this comes from Respect Twit, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, they only spend occasional holidays with her for no more than 3 hours. My dear husband spends every holiday with her, the entire day, including small ones like Columbus Day.
I wonder if he's clearly the baby, but I wonder if maybe he also feels responsible for maintaining her sanity.
Maybe, because no one else will spend time with her. They do something historical and eat historical food, and it's just weird because it's always just the 2 of them.
That actually sounds kind of sweet.
Wait, on Columbus Day, they're just eating
It's weird.
What?
They're just eating just boiled foods.
I could only think of corn. I couldn't think of any other historical
They don't even
food.
have corn.
Well, if they're doing Columbus Day,
they're eating whatever was on the Mayflower.
They're eating flour.
They're eating hardtack and limes.
all the real ones hate Columbus, though.
Yeah, he was not a good guy.
He did a lot of bad stuff to manatees and llamas. He has scaled back on these since we have been married 6 months, together 3.5 years, but he said that there must be room in his life for all the women, and to be clear, also Indigenous people.
I was going to say, it feels like there was something
sorry,
left out there.
Sorry, also the big one. I'm just mean he brought syphilis because he was having spicy sleep with the manatees and llamas.
Sophia said, I'm an animal lover.
No.
Not to his degree.
The Community clip where it's like, I can excuse racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty.
Just did.
Clip it.
No, to be
Clip
clear,
it, take it out of context, and clip it.
He brought syphilis to Indigenous people via... Never mind.
Completely on accident.
My mother is essentially a saint who has her own JN mother-in-law. What?
Just no, I guess. I think that's what that JN stands for. Where you just have to be like,
it's
no.
the subreddit.
You just say no, yeah.
That she has accommodated her entire life, so she has told me to just put up with it. It'll make me a better wife, mother, person to put up with someone like this. And I have. I have shared all the special days that one would do with a partner because he cannot bear to leave his mother alone. That means birthdays, holidays, days off, special outings, etc. But guys, I'm at my breaking point. The story of our engagement pictures, engagement party, all wedding events, and moving into our first home is a book I could write. But right now, I'm seething. My dear husband and I are in a coastal East Coast city for a 3-week-long business trip. I have a job that allows me to work remotely, so I am here the entire time. I was grateful for it. We needed a recharge away from home. We got here Thursday. He has managed to take 4 days off, giving us 6 days just to ourselves. But this starts next week. This week, I am on my own during the days. Last night, his mother showed up to stay in the VRBO with us. Yikes.
Like a ghoul in the night.
Yikes. Oh my God.
She makes me sick.
Truly.
The room next to us with a shared shutter door between them. There's no privacy. I don't know what to do. I have found that everything we have planned for this week includes her. He is telling me that this was a surprise, a chance for us all to bond, as she feels that since we have been married, they have drifted apart. I would be like, dude, we've been bonding since day 1. She has been to all of our vacations and all of our Valentine's days. We need to bond less. We need to unbond.
Also, bond for a amount of time that is appropriate.
Yeah. Too much bonding.
Yeah, that's way too much.
You know what?
Go to a baseball game.
Yeah. We need to learn how to unlink because this is too much. Honestly, you have a husband problem because he is too attached to his mother.
Yeah.
And it's weird. She doesn't know me enough, honestly, and feels like we should be best friends since we share the same favorite guy.
Oh! When you say it like that, it sounds like you want to date your son! Don't say that!
I don't know what to do. I'm livid. I have tried to stay locked in the room, but she can come in through the other door. Barricade the door. Barricade it. He can as well, but she's here all day while he's off being businessman of the year, telling me to stop whining. This whole trip is free. She's not bothering anyone. And my favorite of all, fuck it up, Buttercup.
She's literally bothering OP.
She's literally bothering. Wait, I think real quick, you need to just get out of the house. Like spend all of your time. I don't know where you are, but presumably it's somewhere you can like explore, do a couple stuff. I don't know.
Go on a walk.
Go on a walk. Go on a walk all day.
Go on a quiet sojourn by yourself.
Go find an aquarium. Spend all of your time in an aquarium. Go to a coffee shop. I don't know. Do you have a book? Buy a book. Go to a bookstore. Buy a book. Go to a coffee shop. Spend all the day.
I know what Sophia wants to do.
I want to go to a bookstore.
I love the aquarium.
Sounds like you want to go on a date. Like go to the bookstore.
Yeah,
go
a
to the
solo date.
aquarium.
Can we just like chill? Can we just hang out and go to the aquarium?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do that.
Let's go to the aquarium.
Should we do that in Long Beach?
Yes. Today she has been trying to talk to me all day, telling me that she doesn't think I'm as attentive of a wife as I should be. Some things she has been talking to herself or some idiot on the phone about today since I won't talk to her. She didn't even lay his clothes out. She's doing nothing but could do that. There are crumbs all over this counter. Who lives like this? She's holed up in there like some kind of mouse, acting like a child. I'm sorry, wait, she's talking to herself? She's like,
She didn't even lay her clothes out.
No, you know what she's doing?
She's doing nothing but to do that. Ow! There's crumbs all over the counter. Who lives like this? Ow! Ow!
Yeah, she's doing the voice to text. She's texting her son like,
Your wife is leaving crumbs everywhere like some kind of little
rodent.
creature.
it's disgusting.
the insects are coming.
I'm not. I'm working. I would rather work on the gorgeous balcony overlooking the water, but she has commandeered it all. There is no room or peace or quiet. I just called dear husband to ask him to have her go to a hotel. His response again was, stop being difficult. She's not harming anyone. You have a husband problem. You don't have a mother-in-law problem. You have a husband problem. Your husband doesn't care about the boundaries that your mother-in-law is crossing, and he is actively allowing her to invade your married life.
It's a 2-for-1 though.
Combo.
You need marriage counseling.
Yeah. He might need just individual counseling too.
He needs counseling.
They both do.
He is that little boy in Game of Thrones that's still like breastfeeding with his mom. That's him.
Oh no!
Send the Ravens.
Oh, he's little Robin.
That's him.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
gonna
God.
fall out of a freaking
Hole in the sky?
Hole in the sky. Is that what happens to him? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
want
can
the
say
tiny
that.
man to fall.
Make the bad man fly.
No, she's not. But her presence is offensive. Her passive-aggressive comments are annoying, and I want to leave. I have no car. I would have to take an Uber or Lyft or rent a car, I guess. I would have to do this all without telling my husband, possibly starting a huge fight. Or the next time she goes to empty the trash, apparently we have been here and created such a mess already that it has taken 3 trips to the can already. Just lock her out. I just don't think my headphones are soundproof enough. Dear husband won't be back until 6 p.m., 2 long hours from now. We had dinner plans, but I know she is coming with. She is ruining this. Help. He doesn't realize how weird his mother is. She saves everything he gives her. She made a Snapple lid into a pendant from a drink he bought her at a gas station because the message
that's so
meant
weird.
something to her and how
Oh.
weird their relationship is.
Okay,
Would be cute.
If it was
Would
a
be
kid.
cute if it wasn't them.
that's sweet though. Like,
It
let's
would
be
be
real.
like
In
a
a
kid.
vacuum, that's really
yeah, in
sweet.
a vacuum, really sweet. In this world, I hate them.
The problem is that there's no boundaries and there's
None.
no separation, and it really feels
0.
like, because my theory is that because all the other siblings want nothing to do with her,
Yeah.
that he has taken it upon himself to be like the number one son. Plus, he's also the baby, so it's easier.
Well, he's also probably spent the most time as an only child, quote unquote.
Right? Yeah.
And
He's
you
just
kind
so
of
used to it.
Yeah, you either develop the kind of contentious relationship in that, or you're all of like the affection and stuff is isolated on him, which it seems like that's the case here.
It's I maintain the love, decrease the amount of time y'all are constantly together.
Yeah. Before we get into the rest of this, because there's a lot left. There's a whole story here. I think you either just leave, like you go to a coffee shop, go on a walk, call an Uber, something. Get out of this house, and then later on you can have that conversation one-on-one with your husband where you say, hey, no, don't just like brush over this. This is a problem.
I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch. Really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp.
Comfortable this is making me, or doesn't care. What do I do? Do I just pack and go? My friend told me to dip, but what does that mean for my marriage? This isn't the first time she's been like this. At 16:45, just booked a houseboat for 2 nights nearby. A houseboat, fun. Not telling dear husband or mother-in-law where. I am going to the condo to pack a bag and taking a car over there. He texted me that he told his mom to go hang out at the beach for a few hours while I needed time to cool down, and he would talk to me when he got back in a few hours. I'm going anyways. If he wants to talk, I will meet him on neutral ground without her there. Probably planning on returning home if she's going to stay. Found out she's to be here 2 weeks, giving us 1 week of him working to be together. We are not a throuple, is what I texted him. Dang.
Boom.
Dang.
Boom.
That was a great response. And there is an update. Man, you got a problem.
You've said it.
Yeah.
We're not a throuple.
And he doesn't care. Even when he was trying to, like, do what you asked, he still blamed it on you. He was like, oh, I'm going to give her a moment to cool down, as if it's your fault, when it's really his mother's fault. And he's just kind of like caring about only his mom's feelings and not yours.
He's probably just been conditioned to where it's like there's nothing he can do about this,
Yeah.
and this is what he has to do. So now it's like, well, what do you mean you don't like this? We have to do this.
Yeah, he's like, this is just
But-
how parents are.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Once you have a wife, it's like,
And he probably calls her like mommy. He's like, mommy.
I freaking hope
Mama.
not. Dear God.
Gross. Caitlin Von Comet says she probably doesn't have any of her other kids either. I always thought that was so strange. Like, why? I'm not a mother though, so maybe I'll get it eventually. And Bumblebee says, this is wild. How does he not know how weird this is? And someone earlier says she probably has like all of his baby teeth, which again, in a vacuum, could be okay.
My mom has all of my baby teeth.
I think that, yeah, I think my mom has my baby teeth somewhere.
in like a
In like a
little
jar.
angel baby.
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, my friend
Love you, Mom.
my friend just made artwork with her baby teeth.
That's
And
wild.
She sent it to me and my other friend. And she said it, and I saw it from a distance, and I was like, "Oh, that's beautiful." And then my friend went, "Are those your baby teeth?" And I looked at it again. And I was like, "What?"
I feel like you have only one lane for making art out of your own baby teeth, and it needs to be a little disturbing.
No, it really
needs to
was.
be kind of weird and disturbing looking.
It was, and I loved it. It honestly was great. It was great. And also, Purple Trader, thank you for the 25 bucks. Coda, are you feeling better?
Yes, it was just a mysterious set of circumstances that hit me yesterday. And hey, also Purple Trader, we saw you donate $50 before the stream even started. You absolute madman.
Absolute madman.
Let everybody put the devils in the chat for Purple
Did you
Trader.
just donate $50? Is that what you just said?
That was before the stream
That
started.
was
I think you said
pre-stream.
15. Jeez Louise. But there is an update. So we're going to dive right into it. Hi, everyone. I am writing this from my Airbnb as I sip coffee and work on some work stuff. OP sounds so much calmer in just that one sentence.
Yeah, so did she get her own Airbnb?
Yeah, I think she got
let's
her.
go.
I think she got her like boat on the river. I don't know where they are. I'm imagining they're in London. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense because they're by the beach.
Cardiff.
Sure. I wasn't planning on writing a follow-up. In all honesty, I got a lot of great advice and realized my problem is both a mother-in-law and somewhat a significant other problem, at least at the time and when she's involved. Thank you to everyone. My 2 friends I was telling this to were so shocked and out of their league that they had no idea what to even recommend. You were all heaven sent. Thank you again. I read a lot of threads last night. Some suggested, and many on the sub, I have really downplayed the audacity of my mother-in-law. For instance, Did you know, I know you didn't, but whatever, that she opted to throw me her own bridal shower? My mother and maid of honor both planned a big joint one that literally was a circus. It was wonderful. We were showered with so many gifts, and everyone we wanted there was there, including mother-in-law, but she had to have her own. She wanted a high tea themed one. I don't even drink or like tea. I would love that.
That is the wildest, though, to demand your
that you
own
throw
thing and make it the
about
theme
you.
of high tea.
Yeah. I hate the energy. Love the theme. Love the theme. I would love
I bet
that.
you have a pair of long white gloves.
I don't, but I should.
You
I should.
were so disappointed when you
Damn.
you're like, I don't,
You know
and I
what?
feel called out.
You know what? I actually probably do somewhere at my parents' house, because when I graduated from Louisville, which is a Catholic all-girls school,
Oh,
we had
yeah,
to,
your
we
wedding
had to wear
dress.
all white. Yeah.
Your wedding
we, had to,
dress.
we looked like we were brides. It was
Yep.
very strange.
They're
it's a
giving
running
you away
joke.
to the world.
Truly.
Literally, it's their wedding dress.
Yeah, we're all in wedding dresses. What sandwiches do I not like? I don't like cucumber or tuna. Oh, I love cucumber sandwich. What about pastries? I think this is for me. I prefer danishes and cinnamon rolls to bagels and muffins, etc. I thought she was being sweet and trying to work with me. The day of the party, it was tea themed, like Alice in Wonderland, juvenile tea themed, not even a mature classy theme. Okay, wait, that bummer. And the food was mini tuna sandwiches, mini cucumber sandwiches, muffins, bagels, and some other various food. She literally got everything I said I did not want.
Well, it's not like the party's for you.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
wait.
for her.
Oh, wait.
On top of that, she had a mother of the groom sash made. Wore that, but conveniently forgot my bride-to-be one she had made for me. Huge eye roll. Anyway, I last left you all when I was going to go pack a bag and maybe meet up with dear husband later to try and discuss this. She is not as involved in our lives as I think I painted it. He keeps a pretty good distance, but when she's in, she sticks her hooks in until he finally shakes her off. I think even if she's not there every day, it still sounds like she's pretty involved. Like, I don't know. This is more involved than most mother-in-laws are. And that's
like
the weird thing.
involved, but then like kind of trying to low-key like disclude the
Yes.
OP,
Yeah.
the wife.
She's like, get out.
Being like, no.
I get to the room and mother-in-law is sitting at the table in the dark. Now, it's still daylight, but not enough light to justify sitting with no lights on. She's fumbling and fidgeting with a tissue, red face, and just upset. She just looks at me and says,
Why are you trying to destroy our family?
now, you all helped me find a spine yesterday. I normally would have placated her and reasoned with her, but when I heard R, I lost it. I told her that dear husband and I are my family. We are a part of her family, but we are not a family unit, the three of us. She told me that dear husband called to tell her it's best that she goes home. This has gotten out of control and I'm planning on leaving him. He won't let that happen. I didn't know this, but had a smirk on my face when she said that. The smirk just pissed her off. Wait. What? Wait. This has gotten... Okay, hold on.
You're
She
gonna
told
leave
me
him
that
now?
Dear husband called to tell her it's best that she goes home. This has gotten out of control and I'm planning on leaving him. He won't let that happen. I didn't know this, but had a smirk on my face when she said that. Okay, so I'm confused exactly. Did he tell his mom that OP was planning on leaving him?
I'm not sure. I think she told the mom that now she's going to leave him. And then the mom was like, well, he won't let you. And then she was just like,
Oh, okay. I think what may have happened is that the husband was talking to his mom and was like, she's planning on like getting an Airbnb and leaving this
oh,
trip.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it sounds
Leaving
like.
him
Maybe.
there.
Yeah, and then he was like, I'm not going to let that happen, so you have to leave. And so OP was saying that she had a smirk when the mother-in-law was talking about it.
Gotcha.
Got it. She told me how happy I was that I won and she would go home, but everyone would know how I treated my mother. I corrected her. She is not my mother. She then said, thank God. I told her to let dear husband know that I was still leaving until she was officially gone. I packed a small bag and she sobbed uncontrollably on the couch, wailing on the phone to someone about how I am about to destroy her family. It's just another voice note.
Just another performance is what that is.
I called dear husband from the Uber and filled him in. He sounded exhausted, said he was on his way back and that he decided she needed to go. He apologized profusely, saying she has been harassing him nonstop today and he was on edge as well. She wanted him to take this week off too. I told him I was still going away, at least for the night, and we could talk more tomorrow regarding us. Right now, I need a break until she is gone. He was understanding. I mean, I don't like him because of how he's dealt with this situation, but it's kind of a bummer that he's supposed to be working and
He's got.
I mean, this is a problem that he caused, kind of, but
He's got to work on his mom.
I told him about this post and forwarded it to him. He responded with a single text, Jesus. And I told him we could talk more today. Other than that, we haven't spoken yet. This morning, I woke up to 14 new voicemails, all from mother-in-law. In them, she is talking in rushed, muted voices. So I am assuming, well, dear husband is asleep, and she's trying to hide it from him. She's letting me know that she is going to remember this. Look at what she has done to our other daughter-in-laws, that they have no family now because of what they did to her. What? And that I'm on this path. Don't I for a second think that dear husband won't choose his only mother over someone replaceable. As she delightfully said, once you have had one C word, any will do in the end.
Wow.
Damn, girl.
Maybe a little bit of projection there, huh?
Damn, girl. Why does
Also-
she sound like she's in Game of Thrones?
I'm starting to see why the rest of the children don't have anything to do with her,
Yeah.
because it sounds like she destroyed their partners' families.
It sounds like
She
it.
pulled the reins of Castamere on her own
Literally
in-laws.
sounds like we're in Game of Thrones right now. So thanks for that, mother-in-law. Cannot wait to have dear husband listen to this once I speak to him later. Girl, you left a voicemail. You left proof.
I would leave I would be just so nice, like fake nice.
Yeah, I'd be like, thank you for letting me know.
I'd be like, you're so sweet to let me know. Such a personal and private thing.
Yeah, you
and-
do like the,
sound
thank you for letting me
beautiful.
know. Please call back at this number.
Mhm. Yeah.
I plan on tentatively speaking with dear husband later. Not sure what will happen. But I have researched relationship therapists back home and plan on making that a non-negotiable. Cross your fingers and toes for me, though, regarding mother-in-law. Edit 1011. Dear husband contacted me. Let me know she is now booked on a one-way nonstop flight home at 6 p.m. He has arranged for a car service as well, so he will not be seeing her. Told me to email his work email as he is turning his personal phone off, as she will not leave him alone. We agreed to meet in public when he is done at a cafe. He will text me to confirm she is gone. 12:22 Eastern Standard Time, or EDT, I don't effing know, but the property we are renting for the entirety of our stay called me. Mother-in-law, I have no idea what to call her, maybe Cup of Crazy, called them, wants me banned from the property and a whole bunch of stuff. She's not registered with them, all renters' guests must be registered with management, and asked if I would like her removed. I told them yes, she should be getting escorted off property soon. It's petty AF, but I don't want her near my stuff any longer than she needs to be. Email dear husband, he told me do what you need to do, but I'm not ready to handle her. So that wasn't super helpful, but baby steps. And there is a second update. Do what you need to do, but I'm not ready to handle her. She's your problem, my
Yeah.
guy.
She's your mom, dude.
She's literally your mom.
Do what
Handle
you need
her.
to do is crazy.
Is he scared of his mom?
He absolutely is. This man is a coward.
I mean, when your mom is Tywin Lannister,
Yeah.
but like a crybaby, it's probably pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Bro, she's Cersei, literally.
What do you mean? No, she's not cunning enough to be Cersei.
Oh, she's end of Game of Thrones.
She's
Cersei.
what's the little
She's just
the
nonsense.
little
Yeah,
little
literally,
annoying
literally.
boy?
She's poorly written Cersei.
Yeah.
Who's the annoying boy that gets poisoned?
Joffrey.
Joffrey. She's Joffrey. She's Joffrey, but your mother.
Yeah. Yes.
But there's an update. I'm kind of worried for your marriage. Gotta be honest.
I mean, hey, maybe it's like he's Jaime Lannister, you know? He's like hot, talented.
Oh, so he's gonna have a redemption arc.
Well, yeah, you know. But like, maybe
And then
not.
they really flop it in the end there.
I never watched. I only
Really,
watched
yeah.
the season 5, and he was doing. I am actually.
What?
Yeah.
Girl,
That's a
it
good
gets,
place
it gets so
to-
good.
Yeah,
and
maybe
then it
he
gets
has-
really bad.
Oh. Maybe he has
yeah,
some sort of. He has some sort of. I forgot his name already.
Jaime
Joffrey?
Lannister.
Jamie Lannister
Oh.
type arc,
Jaime-
and then he
Jaime
fumbles at the
Lannister?
end, and then you have to divorce him.
Yeah, shout out to Jaime Lannister.
It would suck to have to divorce somebody because of their mom. That'd
Yeah,
suck.
but the thing is that I don't think she would be divorcing him for his mom. She would be divorcing him for how he is a coward.
I mean, yeah.
It's
that's-
like he's
but
the
it's
problem.
like the root catalyst of all of this is the mom.
Because I think if you have a crazy mom, but you're like, hey, boundaries, or like, oh yeah, my mom's crazy, then you can kind of be chill. But
At
if you have a
least
crazy
just
mom
an
and you're like,
acknowledgement.
no, but she's my mommy, then it's not great. But let's get into the second update. She made it on the plane and is gone. Dear husband asked for her to provide proof that she was on the plane, and she sent him a selfie, which he then forwarded to me. And it's like a really poorly photoshopped selfie of her, like with the plane, a blurry plane in the background, but it's got like the copyright mark on it.
Yeah, you can
The
see like
watermark.
the white and gray squares because there's no actual background. It's just her in front of a JPEG of a plane.
It was enough for me to believe that Cuppa had returned home. So I agreed to meet with dear husband. We went to a nice restaurant in turn and talked. He feels awful for his mother's behavior. Turns out she invited herself along and convinced him that I would want this. He said it started 2 months ago when he told her he had to go on the trip, and he told her about her plans. She kept dropping hints about how she would love to see this area, how she loves historical homes, how beautiful it is, etc. Then she escalated to asking what I would be doing with my days while he was at work. She told him I would be bored, that I would be lonely, and maybe I would resent him. She even suggested that I bring a friend. But he said that wouldn't work, since no one would be able to take that amount of time off. Then she suggested that she come instead to give us time to bond more. He fell for it and thought it was a great idea. He said now he sees that she manipulated him again.
Oh, poor guy.
This guy's
Poor guy doesn't even know. He doesn't even know he's been getting got his whole life.
But like this man, she's like pointing at the ceiling, and she's like, "Look what's up there!" And he looks up. It's freaking gullible. This man's stupid.
I mean, I think he's been classically trained here.
He's been classically trained to be stupid, but he's stupid.
It seems like he's waking up though.
Yeah,
He's waking
seems
up.
like he's waking
got
up.
one
He's
eye
like-
open now.
She's like, "Look, there's Gullibles written
And
on the
he's
ceiling."
like,
And he's like,
"No.
no, it's not.
Nuh-uh.
I know your tricks."
But what is written on the ceiling? What? Dang it!
Dang it.
Nothing again. Dang
It is very reminiscent of how she treated him when he was planning his bachelor party. He's very sad and depressed about it. He begged me not to leave him, and I told him that counseling is mandatory at this point if we have any hope of surviving this.
Fair.
Very
totally
fair.
fair.
He told me he would think about it. Girly, there's nothing to think about.
What do you mean he'd think about it? She just
Girly.
told you.
She said it's
you
mandatory.
Need it.
You're either divorcing or you're going to therapy.
It's like, well, I'll think about it. I have another option lined up. It's my mom.
I agreed to return to the condo tonight, but he will be staying in the spare room until he comes to a decision regarding therapy. I considered going home, but then Cuppa Crazy went insane upon landing back home. Cuppa is a big Facebook fan. Shocking. Big. She's an oversharer and posts everything publicly. Upon landing, she made post after post about her poor son and his abusive wife. At this point, I had alerted dear husband's siblings. They're all like, "Praise the Lord, you're seeing the light now. We have to make dear husband come around." That would be so frustrating to be all the siblings and be like, "Mom is crazy. What don't you see?" And he's like, "No, mommy, that's my mommy.
It's like she literally destroyed my partner's family.
No, not my mommy."
You burned my house to the ground.
My family.
My
What do
family,
I do?
My family, close friends, and dear husband's aunt, who is a rock star. She got lots of sympathy from her people. She made mention about possibly coming back, so we are on alert about that. She also called my mother to tell her that she needs to reel me in.
Oh my God.
I hope your mom was like, "You're crazy, lady.
Hi, reel in your adult daughter.
Reel her in."
Reel in the adult who makes their own decisions and lives their own life. Thank you.
Well, this is how she goes about the world. She thinks that you have this, like, a say over your adult children's lives. My mother told me that when she called, she already had a heads up. Cuppa said, "OP is out of line and is a controlling monster." My mother proceeded to tell her to F off. Nice. So apparently my mother has no spine when it comes to her mother-in-law, but mine, she's ready to mama bear and F her crap up. This angle is developing. Stay tuned. She texted dear husband late last night that she was considering coming back to save him from me. He told her that he does not need saving. He's an adult and he needs to figure out his marriage. She said, and I quote, "What is there to figure out? She's a vile person who hates your mother for no reason other than I love you with my whole heart. That is not who you should be married to, and we can find someone better for you who loves me like their own mother. She's the one who's out to ruin you, not me." This lady's crazy.
Truly
This lady's
unhinged.
crazy. This lady's
Ugh.
crazy.
Ugh.
He ignored that and told her to stay home. They could talk later. I'm letting him cool down and we can talk again tonight because I don't want to jeopardize his job. He has listened to the voicemails and he looks devastated but has not made excuses for them. He's also keeping up to date on my posts and reading all the comments. Voicemails are safe. They are backed up on my computer, Google Drive, and work email. All my screenshots are safe in the cloud. Property management gave me a report of her being removed from the property, so I have that record as well. And there is a third update. It keeps coming. Do you have any thoughts before we
think
jump in?
One thought would just be that it's like, get on the same page, same team with your partner,
Absolutely.
and then have a united front against this woman. You set a boundary. You say, this is what we're willing to discuss. This is what the kind of conversations we're willing to have. We don't want to cut you out of our lives entirely, right? You're his mother, you're my mother-in-law. But like, if you for 1 second begin to walk down like this path to like, you know, like talking about how I'm the worst or I'm taking your son, we're done talking to you for a week. All right. Well, then we'll reach back out later, or you can, but we will not be entertaining this behavior.
Yeah. I think honestly, OP needs to block the mother-in-law. The mom needs to block the mother-in-law. And all contact should be through the husband. Like, he needs to stand up and take care of his mom, because this OP should not have to deal with being harassed by this woman, because that is a lot to deal with. And he can decide, you know, well, actually, I agree. I think they have OP and her husband have to have a conversation about like what lower contact looks like. Not necessarily saying he never gets to see his mom, but like saying
it's just unrealistic.
You can't see her every freaking holiday. Some of those holidays are for us.
When you're literally married to somebody.
Yeah.
That, come on.
Jan Digital says, I don't feel confident that the husband is 100% on board, though. I don't either.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that he said, I'll think about therapy, not a great start. And Durette says, I kind of feel that we're dunking too hard on the husband. He is the victim of emotional abuse. He's dealt with this all of his life. It takes a lot to overcome being programmed by a narcissist.
That is very true.
Absolutely. Yeah. But also, I think as OP, she doesn't deserve to have to like deal with a man who is so kind of seemingly trapped in this relationship with his mom and doesn't realize it.
Yeah, but I don't know if you just leave him for that.
Well, she's not. She's going to therapy, and he's
work.
not even. Yeah,
it's
work, and he has to. But he also has to realize that it's work. And right now, it doesn't seem that he realizes that.
Yeah, I hope one day people can just accept that they need help with things.
But there is an update. Cup of Crazy phone call update. I haven't been on Reddit really since my last update, so I am home. I decided not to stay in the coastal town with dear husband. He agreed to think about therapy, but after a day, we just could not stop bickering about everything except what we really wanted to fight about. Saturday, I sat him down and told him this had to stop. He said he was really torn. Kappa would not stop calling, texting, emailing, having others message him for her, and even smoke signaling him. It's tiring. He is not sure what to do anymore. I told him point blank that I could not deal with his mother. Kappa and I are not going to have a relationship going forward. I pressed him to remember his vows that he wrote and how he promised me I would always be his top priority. He led the next sentence with a but, and I didn't let him finish.
But my mommy gave birth to me.
I told him I was going home as soon as I could book a flight, and that was that. When he comes home, we can go to therapy and work on a relationship, or we don't have to. But that is his choice. He went on and on about how therapy won't work and how it's a waste and how we don't need it. I told him we do, especially if he thinks any of Kappa's behavior is acceptable. He proceeded to explain she has intense emotions, and I ended it. This is so freaking frustrating. It's like he just doesn't realize. And there's only so much that OP can do.
Yeah.
Only so much. Booked a flight and went. He has been in panic mode and has sent me listings of several therapists. I am not going to believe it until it happens, though. Enough about dear husband and him being an idiot, though. Back to Kappa. As many predicted, she continues to escalate. She has called my mom repeatedly. Your mom needs to block this woman. Block her. She has told my mother her side of the story, to the point where my mother is trying to convince me to have a sit down with Kappa. No, just no. I mean, either your mother is being successfully gaslit, or she is so annoyed that Kappa keeps calling her that she's like, okay, please. Just talk to her. I can take it.
Don't make this my problem, please.
I have told her this to no end and have reiterated that no is a complete sentence. Now my mom is pretty JY? I don't know. But she has totally been her no mother-in-law's.
I think that's just yes.
Just yes.
My mom's been pretty cool.
She's been pretty, well, I think it's just like she says like, yeah, okay, fine, to whatever. But she has totally been her just no mother-in-law's victim for so many decades that she thinks I should put up with this. But I refuse. What did I do? I called Kappa. This has to stop. I'm home now. She dropped apology notes off while we were gone. My house sitter left 4 of them on our doorstep. That means she dropped 2 in one day at least once. That's crazy. The last note said, OP, my son is your husband. Your husband is my son. We must share not only his love, but his time, respect, and all of him. Gross. I don't like that. I hope you see that all I wanted was to share that with you. I'm sorry that you feel hurt, but that was never my intention to make you feel like I was trying to butt into your relationship. But I can't help that you feel that way. Love, Kappa. That wasn't an apology.
Yeah, that was like I'm sorry that you are wrong.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. It's not my problem.
Yes.
Seriously, worst apology ever. You're sorry I feel away, but not really because that wasn't your intended plan. Oh, sorry I ruined your creepy Game of Thrones thing you had planned or whatever. I freaking called.
We called it.
I freaking
We called it.
Huzzah!
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 But the call, it was short, but mostly because I hung up after she would not stop screeching in my ear. She was all sweet, love bombing me, and asked if I got her up. Did you get my apology letters? I actually snorted. Then she flipped her switch.
I like how you became Jennifer Coolidge right there.
I'm picturing her as Jennifer Coolidge, but in like in White Lotus.
No, she's awesome.
Did you get
I'm
my
just that
hot
voice.
dogs? and
Oh,
my apology
okay.
letter?
I was gonna say that. I love that character.
I've only seen like 5 episodes of the first
Oh.
season. Sorry. She accused me of being ungrateful and unappreciative. Did I know how hard it was for her to write those letters? She's like, I can't even read.
Like,
I had to learn how to read. Especially when she just wanted to spend time with me. How dare I make her feel guilty for this? I told her that she was never invited on the trip. Dear husband shared this with me. She more or less steamrolled him, and she responded with, of course I'm invited. I'm his mother. I can go wherever my son is because I'm his mother. Just wait until you have kids. And you're not going to see those kids, really.
She's psycho.
Then I hung up. We aren't sure if we are having kids if we make it, but F her. She is not ever going to be in a delivery room, at a hospital visit, at a baby shower, or anything. Nope, that's a line. Ugh. I'm sure this will only get worse, so buckle up along with me. Short, funny story, I briefly touched on the wedding shower, and this is a tidbit that still makes me laugh. She had some dumb game, even though I explicitly stated no games, where we had to fill in facts about our SO that were obscure. She rigged the entire game so that all the cute things applied to dear husband. There were 20 questions. I had 3 that belonged to me only. They were, who has the worst gas? Who snores the loudest? And who's the biggest airhead?
My gas only gets bad when I eat hot dogs.
She just insulted you?
yeah, that's
Who's the biggest? Who's freaking stupid?
this is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, leave her out of all future events,
she needs
plans,
to- she's-
and activities.
She's done. She's done. There is a 4th update though. It keeps going. We're gonna freaking dive right in.
Splash.
So we are on what is supposed to be week 3 of my husband's work trip. He cut it short and canceled the vacation portion of his trip. He returned to our home on Saturday. To put it short, dear husband is a mess. He has spent hours reading the comments on my posts, other posts in the sub, and who knows how many posts in the JNF family subs. He has agreed to therapy, finally.
Thank God. All
We
it
have
took was
yeah.
a bunch of strangers on the internet
Saying,
yelling
"You need
him
therapy."
down. Yeah.
We have an appointment for Thursday evening after work. We intend to take a private, secret vacation with our extra time off next month. Any ideas where we should go for a tropical that won't fry my pale skin off? Colombia.
Ireland.
Antarctica.
It's not tropical, but it is an island.
And it won't fry your skin off?
You won't get much sun.
Iceland.
Iceland. Oh, I want to go to Iceland. But Kappa, oh Kappa, she has not gone quietly into the good night as I hoped, but as you all had predicted. After our last interaction, she was relentlessly harassing dear husband to the point where he had to block her number from his cell phone so that he could focus on work. Side note, business trip went splendid despite all of this. He is probably getting a great promotion soon. That's impressive. That's impressive that he managed to do that.
Well,
being harassed.
His mother clearly raised him right.
Yeah. Kappa has gone back to love bombing. She has sent me flowers, fruit baskets, and cookies to my home, my work, and sent my mother flowers. I got Amazon gift cards in my mail. Dear husband got Steam gift cards in his email. Each note said, I'm sorry, I love you both so much. Let's talk. What the heck is that apology, Kappa? Sorry you love us? No, you're sorry that you cannot control me and that dear husband is breaking free slowly but surely. Cross his fingers. She is spending hundreds of dollars on these, money I know she does not have. So I did some investigating. she has a credit card in dear husband's name that has thousands of dollars on it.
Hey, I got you this gift. I also got you the gift of ruining your credit by
got you
committing
the gift
fraud against you.
I got you the gift of you have to pay for all of this. This is I got you the gift of your money.
Yes, the last part of the gift is pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and paying for all this stuff.
I found this out on Thursday. I immediately called dear husband about it. We have excellent credit and carry some debt, but we will have it all paid off within a year. I asked about a secret big name bank credit card. He genuinely seemed shocked.
Yeah, as
Also-
people are when they found out they've been defrauded by their mother.
Yes, but also like, don't you check your like bank account stuff?
I feel like your credit.
I check my credit a lot.
Oh, really? I check it maybe like twice a year.
I check it a fair amount.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Just to
It's
see.
pretty. It should be pretty stable.
It is.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel good about myself.
You just keep looking
It's
at
like
it.
my report card.
Well, I guess it's like, you look at a sunrise more than once,
Yeah.
but it's a different sunrise.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's nice.
But anyway, that was
Yeah,
probably
it's still
a
in the
bad
green.
example.
I check my bank accounts. I make sure that no one's stealing
Well, I check my
money.
bank accounts,
Yeah, I check it
but
all.
I feel like he wouldn't have access to this account, so he wouldn't even know it exists.
Suspicious. He called the bank and it was open 4 years ago. It has a $15K limit and about a third is used. We were both blown away by this. Dear husband asked me to call her. He told me he knew he would cave, would let her make excuses, and then this would never get handled. He begged me to call her.
Wait, so he was saying, he's like, I know I'll be too incompetent to
He's
do
like,
anything.
I won't be, because if I call her, I'll just say yes. So can you talk to her, please? Can you call her, please?
Well, I guess at least he knows his weakness
I hate this man.
in a way, but like,
I hate this
dude,
man.
your mom's defrauding you. You should call her, confront her.
He told me he loves me. He picks me. I pick you, choose you. But he knows he cannot do this. I called Kappa again. I had a plan and I did record it. I gave her a disclaimer that I was saving a copy of the conversation. She responded with, whatever. I first thanked her. Dear God, it unalived me for the gifts. I told her that they were all very nice and thoughtful, but that they were not necessary, and that while the gifts were nice, they did not absolve her of any wrongdoing. There was no apology, and there is no change in her behavior. So thanks for the chocolate-covered strawberries, but they changed nothing. This obviously went well. She again called me ungrateful, told me that I am brainwashing her son, and that I cannot keep him from her. I calmly told her that he chose to cut her off, and that he needed to separate himself to focus on his work so that he could provide for his family, our pets, and myself. She scoffed at that. She then asked, why am I really calling? Because she can tell that this is not to apologize. I didn't acknowledge this, but ha 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 ha. Or accept her. I flat out asked her about the credit card. She froze, then sputtered out 4 million excuses.
Sounded like an old motorcycle starting up.
Dear husband, let me. Nope. He said he never okayed this. But he said, Mom, if you ever need help, I'm here for you. So you opened a credit card in his name? His credit went up. It has a credit tracker. You should really be thanking me. What the what? She went on to tell me it mostly was for emergencies, but with money tight recently, she's used it quite a bit. She plans on cashing out some stocks to pay it back this year, though. I told her that we canceled her card, paid off the account, RIP savings, and closed it. She can pay us back this year, and if she does not, then I'm suing her in a small claims court. She again started screeching about me messing with her family. I told her I was done. I had the conversation recorded, and I was giving her 6 months to pay us. If she didn't, we would go the legal route. She ended our conversation with the chillingest of tones, saying, F you, OP. I hung up. This is obviously not over. Dear husband is willing to fight for us. Kappa has leveled up her craziness, and we are meeting with dear husband's siblings this weekend to go over everything. I think it will be very eye-opening for him. Yeah, I think he needs to hear all of his siblings say, Mom's crazy.
Yeah, they need to get unified. They need to unionize.
Unionize. Edit. We are not going to the police at this moment. I wanted to. I think it's the final nail in her coffin. But dear husband is not ready for that. He's not ready for anything, man. This man's not ready for a single goddamn thing.
It's hard to prosecute your own mother.
It is, but I don't think he's even ready to say, hey, Mom, you can't steal my credit card information. I don't think he can do anything.
Honestly, I think he wants to, but he knows that if he said that and then she just was like, then he'd be like, okay, you're right.
Hey, Mama.
just like, and then he'd be like, click. Dang it! How did she do that?
How
Like,
did she do it? She got me again.
he just needs therapy.
Yes,
He needs therapy, and
intensive
he needs his siblings probably.
He needs his siblings, and he needs
probably help him a
intensive
lot.
therapy because I can't handle this. Can't handle this.
Mama's boy.
Mama's freaking boy. Go to therapy, man. Go to therapy. He is keeping his distance, not talking to her, but is feeling immense guilt for all of this. Pushing him to call the police on her may do more harm than good at this point. We are seeing his siblings and a therapist this week. If we share the story with them, it may be the final push he needs, but I am not going to force him to do this yet. It's not off the table, just in the parking lot for now. And there is another update. I think maybe the last. This man is so freaking lucky he has OP.
It's true.
So freaking lucky.
You found a real one, a ride or unalive.
Ride or freaking unalive, man.
He's got to be like the best because if my partner's mom was like this, I
Yeah.
don't know.
There's got to be something amazing about this man because she's Louise. You're
Maybe
putting up with
every
a
other
lot.
part of him is great.
Maybe he's
except
really hot.
couldn't say no to his mom.
Can say no to
The
his
hot
mom?
mama's boy. What was that Matthew McConaughey movie where he still lived at home?
I have no idea.
Failure to launch.
All right.
And hello, Danielle. Or Danielle, I don't know.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Thank you for joining our lives. But there is a last update.
And I think Susan Sarandon as well.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, that was the last part of that bit. I just thought that
I
was
love
funny.
Susan
Just
Sarandon, though.
continually
Susan
saying
Sarandon?
the cast.
Actually, I think there's 6 more people that I have to mention.
Uh,
But there is a final update. Maybe penultimate. I'm not quite sure how many updates there's left.
penultimate great word.
I love that word. But anyway, I think that it seems like they're on the path of they're staying together. I don't think divorce is really on the table here, but I think he needs individual therapy. You absolutely both need marriage counseling, and you need to set up some strong boundaries. I honestly think
At this
he
point,
needs to
just
go-
cut off the mother-in-law.
I think you need to go like no contact with her because
Yeah,
she stole
it's
his credit card information.
Totally fine. She's committing crimes against him.
Yeah.
She's threatening you.
Yeah.
You want nothing to do with her,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't be forced to have anything to do with her for the sake of, what, appearances?
Exactly. And I also think that if he gets a little bit of contact with her, it's going to be like he's already told you he can't say no to his mom. So if you give him an inch, he's taken 5 miles.
And that's a product of, like, clearly an abusive
absolutely.
upbringing.
Absolutely. I'm just saying
and
that's
he needs the therapy. He said he'll
Yeah.
do the therapy now,
yes,
right?
which is good. I'm
so-
just saying that I don't think that low contact would work for him. I think that he
Oh,
needs
yeah.
to go no contact because I think that if he spends any time around his mom, he'll just revert back.
At least until therapy.
Yeah. Yes.
Until some form of progress
Yeah.
is made and he's able to be like,
Yeah. Because
this
right
is
now,
what I think. These
any
are my
more low
boundaries.
contact doesn't work.
And then when she goes, blah, 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 he can go, you know what? I already told you.
You know what, Mom?
So
I've
I'm
done
leaving.
the work because she's done a number. But there is an update, so we're gonna get into it.
Did a whole.
Huh? What he said?
I was trying to think of a play. What was that? Was it Annie? What's that? Never mind. A musical number she did because she played him. There's a huge smudge on these now. I can't see.
Being wicked.
Update 5. I'm gonna update you on the last 2 months. Kappa mailed us a check a week after our phone call. It cleared and our credit remains on lockdown. She also has kept pretty quiet. Dear husband unblocked her but had her on mute. She did text a few times, but he would not open them until we were together. We started couples counseling. Amazing.
Huzzah.
He does alternative individual on the off weeks. Amazing. I felt good, optimistic. Hey, I don't need an update. Ha, ha, ha.
Uh-oh.
Huzzah.
The badness is coming.
Every year, dear husband and I host a 4th of July party, complete with some insane fireworks that border on illegal. Kappa usually
I like that, though. I like that.
Kappa usually is invited, but because of her craziness, she wasn't. She texted dear husband about it, but he ignored her. He didn't feel strong enough to respond, and she had blocked my number. Good on him. Good on him. I did send her a text, but she didn't get it because of this petty butt move. Anyway, we had dear husband's siblings there. We all had a margarita-fueled heart-to-heart about Kappa as the party wound down. Guys, she's only been escalating since brother-in-law 1 got married. They are no contact because she's discriminatory. All of his siblings detailed all the crazy stuff she did, but it's clear. Dear husband is her magnum opus. They talked about how she drove off his high school girlfriends, how she would listen in on her conversations via the old school phone trick. Yikes. Dear husband then divulged this continued when we started dating. All those early emails and Facebook messages she read. He would recap dates for her. They lived together in the first few months before he moved in with a roommate. How she stopped talking to him after he moved out because she felt abandoned. Apparently, dear husband never told his therapist. He since has. But wow, I was in shock. My sweet baby angel, dear husband, any fellow unalivinos will get this, just thought that all of this was normal. Normal. I just can't. I mean, he's been so gaslit.
It's what you're around.
He's been just so trained to think like this because his mom sucks.
When you're brought up in an environment like that for that long, it's just, of course you're going to think it's normal.
Yeah. And again, he was the last kid in the house. Like, he was stuck in that for so much longer than his siblings. Man.
And he was the magnum opus, as they said. So I just chuckled because Riley came in like, I can't even describe how he looked.
Did we get
One of a
openings today?
kind.
Looking sick like me.
He had
Riley.
the sunglasses on, and then he had his keys. He had the keys in his mouth, just
Smells like
dangling, and he had
incense.
packages in his
It
arms.
smells like incense, and now it smells like tacos. I did not.
Who-
Riley's
wait,
like,
what are you talking
put
about?
incense in the house. I don't know. I don't have
Was
it.
it
I don't smell any.
You don't like that
I
smell?
like it. I like it,
that
so.
smell, but
Dude,
that gives Dakota headaches.
it does?
No, only sage. Sage gives me headaches.
Okay. Well, anyway. But after the fourth party, Kappa made her move. Kappa showed up to dear husband's office right before he left for lunch and was sitting next to his car on the ground. I wasn't there, but it was probably as terrifying and creepy as we're all imagining. Dear husband managed to tell her to leave. He told me he was begging her to leave at one point. She just wanted to talk, and then she started crying. She grabbed his wrist and refused to let go. At one point, he said she was able to maneuver herself to sobbing on his shoulder. This is his job. People were staring, so he asked her to get in his car. He didn't want people gossiping. We later talked about how he got manipulated, which he knows and recognizes now. And I recognize that you guys need to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just
Yeah.
go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime.
No manipulation needed. to get
No
you there.
manipulation.
All you
This
need
is
are your
straight facts.
thumbs
It's
or your
true.
fingers. Or you could even type with your nose.
Probably. Or your tongue.
dirty,
Anything.
Yeah, it's
It's
dirty.
kinda
It's
gross.
I mean, you can sanitize your phone.
Anything is an option.
But anyway, that
your
there's a
phone-
little bit left to the story. Do
You know
have
your phone's
final
dirtier
thoughts?
than your toilet?
You
Yeah,
don't
that's
clean
why
your
I
phone?
sanitize mine.
I
Which
sanitize
actually,
my phone a
you're
lot.
gonna throw me that sanitizer at the end of the story.
You gonna drink it?
No. Showing up to your work is like, that's like, and then like making a scene is like, I'm like, ma,
Ma.
I might have to take some time away from you. And it's not because I like hate you.
'cause
No,
you're
I don't love
crazy.
you.
It's 'cause you're crazy.
Whatever. It's because you are literally a detriment to my financial
Yeah.
stability at this point.
Yeah. Kat says they need a restraining order. Dread says he kind of had to get her out of there. It could have cost him his job. I want that.
Oh
Can I
yeah?
have the other
You
half?
gotta do it after. You gotta do it
You
after.
want
Okay.
it?
Yeah, we'll give it to someone else. Okay, 1 second. And Middle Earth Chai says, how though does he have no friends? What is that in relation to? Like, how did she gaslight him?
That maybe they're earlier in the story.
Perhaps.
I'm not sure what that is towards.
But there is a little bit left to the story. I do think they need to either get a restraining order or put up some pretty heavy boundaries of like no contact. 'Cause-
Yeah, I think no contact is fine at this
Yeah.
point. Or it's
Yeah.
like no IRL contact.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can just FaceTime. Start from there.
Or just even
She'll
like
just
leave a
find
voice
you though.
note.
She'll
Just
just
leave a
show up to
voice
wherever
note.
you are.
Yeah.
You know, just be like, hey mom,
You're going to have to.
day 62 of being apart from you. Hope you're less crazy now.
Hope you're less crazy. I'm doing great.
I'm doing really well.
No, you might not like that. Maybe invest in
Marriage
a
going
second
strong.
vehicle so when she
Yeah, she
sits
can't
behind your
track
car
you.
and won't let you leave, you can go to another secret vehicle that she doesn't know about.
Brilliant. But let's finish the story off. They went to his lunch spot and she complained about why they couldn't go somewhere nicer. Dear husband continued to do his best imitation of someone who couldn't care and told him he wasn't buying her lunch here or anywhere. He just needed to get removed from his job. She told him she is ill. She's depressed and lonely, that he did this to her, that she can't go on without her last son to keep her company. And dear husband broke. He cried. He said he felt utterly lost and confused. She then took this chance to blame me instead of trying to comfort her son. Then the effing clouds parted. Dear husband said he was going to the restroom, went out the side door, and left her sitting in a potbelly.
Yes.
He just left her.
Yes!
Dude, come back.
Yeah.
We had a Jamie Lannister comeback story here, and I'm proud of you, man. before it goes bad, apparently. This is a middle Jamie Lannister that it just
a late Jamie.
late
Jamie Lannister.
Jamie
Middle
Lannister.
late.
Middle
Jamie
to late
Lannister.
Jamie
Yeah.
Lannister. And I'm proud of you, dude. I'm proud of you. I was pretty hard on you in the beginning of the story, and I think that's still fair. Still hold true to that, but I'm proud of you now.
Let's hope he doesn't do a season. Was it season 7 or season 8?
Yeah, don't do a season 7. Jamie
Season
Lannister.
8, season 8, season 7.
He ended up coming home. We cuddled and went to therapy. Nice. She's back to harassing me, and I'm considering reaching out to shut her butt down. Not sure yet, but dear husband, trying so hard and is really making progress. That's great.
Good.
Proud of you, man.
We like to hear that.
We like progress.
We do like progress here.
And we've progressed to the end of that story.
That is. Don't let your mothers or your in-laws walk all over you.
It's true. Moral of the story, if your mom's freaking crazy, you gotta create some distance.
You gotta get crazier.
just like,
you gotta
I-
get crazier than the mom.
Listen to the people around you.
Yeah, who are telling
Something-
you,
you know,
especially
'cause
when
it's
all
like
of your
when you're-
siblings and your partner are all saying your mom's crazy.
Right.
Make her
Maybe your
scared
mom's
of you.
crazy.
Sometimes when you're the victim, it's really hard to see that you're actually
The victim.
like in the middle of like a really bad like relationship or dynamic or whatever you want to call it. It's like, but a lot of times people around you can see it very clearly and they
Yes.
will try to tell you about it.
Because they have perspective.
So if you are like, why is everyone telling me this? You should go, oh, maybe they're right.
she
Maybe that
is
is
the
really
problem.
happening. Think fast. Ah! How did
You
it
didn't
end
think
up
fast
over
enough.
there? It's spun.
It's
Span?
spun.
Span?
It's
Spun?
Spun.
Spun.
Like a little Beyblade.
I'm
Let
like,
it
okay,
rip.
I'll get it.
But that is the end of that story and the end of this episode. Dakota's reaching for a fortune cookie. He got it. Woo! But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow.